So we're here at the Virginia Canyon Ledges in Cuyahoga County National Park, and this is a place where bats used to be all over the place, and they still are, but because of the recent disease that's been hitting the area, white nose disease, they have to close down a lot of the caves. But I thought this would be a great place to start filming my video on the eastern red bat, and I just thought it would be a really pretty place. The closed off caves, they still have plenty of caves that are not closed off, but this one is, because it is one of the areas that these bats will nest in and hibernate in. So if we come over here a bit more, we'll see that this is a closed area, but we're gonna get a little bit of a closer view over here because we can go anywhere as long as you don't pass these bars. So if we look in here, about 5 years ago, you used to be able to go inside of here and go through the back area over there. But we can't now because of the white nose disease, and I should probably explain to you what that is. So the white nose disease is a disease of fungus more that will grow on the bat's nose and turn it white because that's the color of the fungus. And so what's going to happen when that happens is it impairs their ability to fly because it will eat away at the skin all over their body. And this is not actually native here to America. It came from China and Japan. We suspect that people came in and they tracked it in on their feet and on their backpacks when they would bike or hike through here. But it's just really sad, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of a close-up of where these bats might like to nest. So the eastern red bat is a red bat, and its fur is clearly identifiable by the dark red or light red pigmentation of it. And it's just a really cool bat, and its fur is notably silky and very soft. And it tends to eat a lot of insects, and it tends to do a lot of settling around these areas when it hibernates. So if we come out here more, we'll see some more cavernous areas. And a lot of bats used to be all around here, but then they were all pretty much confined to the couple of caves that we have right now at the moment. And these bats, like I was saying earlier, they eat insects like moths. They'll eat moths, leafhoppers, grasshoppers, flies, anything that probably has wings and is considered an insect. These very cool bats will eat. So I've been talking a lot about these eastern red bats, and I thought that maybe I'd give you more of an idea of what these bats hibernate in. So they'll come down into this areas like this, and they'll just hang from ceilings like this over here, and they'll go into temperatures below 0 to keep their body heat up. And if we come over here, this is a perfect place that they would love to hibernate in. You can see my breath kind of steaming here because it's a lot colder underneath here than it is among other places. And these bats love to hibernate in temperatures below 0. And it's just a perfect place to get into. Because if we come over here a bit more, we'll see that this cave goes in further, but I can't get that far in. But they'll just hang from the ceilings like this in temperatures much below 0. And so I'm going to come over this way to give you more of an idea of how far this thing goes. So if we come over here, we'll see that this is all the way over here. And if we look up, that's an exit. So, you know, but this is just kind of the idea of where these bats would hibernate and an idea of the temperatures that these bats are able to keep while they're hibernating. So this is an overview of where we were just in. So you can kind of get an idea of how big or small, comparing on what you've been in, this kind of cave is. So we're continuing our trek this way to go see another crevice that I like a lot. So I just have to get down here without falling. But if we go this way, there's some other crevices around there, but I'm interested in climbing into that slot. So yeah, so I'm climbing down into another little slot that I thought that might be kind of cool. So it's right down there. So I'm just giving you more ideas of where they hibernate. So I want to talk about their diet now. So I'm going to talk about these bats' diet and their roosting, because not all bats just hibernate in caves all day long. That wouldn't be very comfortable. So what they do is they'll go into big oak trees like this that have been hollowed out, and they'll just kind of make a little roosting area, as it's like to be called, and they'll use it as their place where they will sleep during the day when they are not hibernating, because these bats do happen to be nocturnal. And I would like to get into a little bit of their diet. So these bats, the eastern red bat's diet, consists of anything that basically has wings they'll practically eat, but they do prefer beetles, ants, and flies over anything else. So we're going to continue our trek up here a little more. So we're continuing our trek. I saw the formation of more rocks. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean the dripping water coming down. It's going to form some more erosion like you were talking about earlier, and form more crevices over the course of hundreds of years. Can you tell us a bit about how these crevices were formed, Jack?
Yeah, so the water would seep into these big rocks like some of those back there, and they would spread out the rocks and form these huge crevices, and they would help like erode these and make some of the small ones like we see in here, and some of these huge ones like out here or in there.